We're loving that picture. Thanks for showing us. And Reed, as an answer to your last question, we believe that that is Chebyshev Crater. And the sir agrees with that.
Okay, that picture I was just showing you is an 8X iPhone out the docking hatch for the high grazing angle. It's just amazing.
We love it. Thank you.
Minutes into the flight of Orion. This is Lunar Flyby Day for the crew aboard the spacecraft. Reed Wiseman, Victor Glover, Christina Cook, and Jeremy Hansen are now the farthest people to have ever traveled from Earth. This a live view from inside the spacecraft. They have turned off the lights so they're able to see outside and photograph the moon better with no reflections from inside. And for a very brief moment there.
Integrity Science, thanks for those iPhone views. It's helpful to see what you're seeing.
We very briefly saw NASA astronaut Reed Wiseman showing a picture he took on his phone of the moon. We do expect to get all of the photos that the crew is taking today, and we cannot wait to share some of those with you. But pretty cool in the meantime, just to see one quick shot from what the crew is seeing. And this view from outside the spacecraft on Orion's solar array wing. Orion is now 6,643 miles away from the moon and continuing to grow closer. Again, their closest approach will be about 4,066 miles. The best comparison is if you held a basketball at arm's length. That's about what it would look like to the Artemis II crew at their closest approach. This view showing coming from Orion, continuing their flyby of the moon. We have 3 more flyby observation blocks after the completion of this one. Down on the bottom left of your screen, that's the SIR, the Science Evaluation Room, where team members are continuing to work through all of the targets that the crew is photographing today, and they've helped identify some of the craters and some of the other items that the crew has seen on the moon's surface. Down on the right is Artemis Mission Control here in Houston. Those two rooms down at the bottom are just down the hall from each other. Are these 5 blocks of time during which the crew is going to be observing the moon from Orion's windows. Now we are just coming up on the end of the second block and we'll start the third soon. So at any time during those blocks, 2 members are at the windows working in a pair. One is taking photos from window 2 and has a blue shroud over the window to help prevent any reflections from inside the spacecraft. They are also using an 80 to 400 millimeter zoom lens. And the other astronaut on the window team will be in window 3 using their portable computing device to make annotations. Now, again, both of those crew members are making audio recordings of what they are seeing, and we are not hearing that right now. Those are going to be downlinked later to the science team who will evaluate them and use that data to inform our understanding of the moon. Those 2 crew members at the windows swap roles.
Integrity Houston, it is time for another swap between the cabin and the window teams. So we have 15 minutes of handover time, and then we will expect Jeremy and Reed at the windows and Christina and Victor at the cabin. I have no new vehicle updates for you, but I do have a photo location for some photos on Ike's PCD, and I want to let you know that Jeremy's family have arrived in the viewing gallery.
Okay, Jenny, we copied most of that. The only thing we're missing is what you meant about the photo location on Victor's PCD. And hello to my family. I think that must be Catherine and Devin that are there. And I'm glad they made it into the viewing room. And we copy it's time for crew swap. The A team's coming out of the windows and the B team's going in.
Okay, copy. All I meant to pass for Victor's PCD is that there are some late load photos that were requested that are now in his favorite photos folder. And you're exactly right. We have Catherine and Devin here. They give you a big wave, and they're super excited and happy to see part of what you're seeing.
Earth in window 3 simultaneously, and the moon is a gibbous, and the Earth is a crescent. And I'm guessing in about 45 minutes we'll have 2 identical crescents as we change our position in the universe.
That is pretty darn cool. Thank you.
That's the Artemis 2 crew, the first astronauts to fly by the moon in more than 50 years, reporting that when they look out of window 3, one window, they're able to see both the Earth and the moon at the same time now. Now, obviously, our view is from a camera on the solar array wing pointed at the moon, and we hope to see that view of both the Earth and the moon soon. Some upcoming times for what you can expect. In about an hour and 40 minutes, we will have Earth set. And during that time, we will have a view of Earth going behind the moon. Shortly after, just a few minutes later, we will lose signal with the Orion spacecraft. This is tracked as it is going behind the moon and out of reach of the Deep Space Network. At 6 o'clock p.m., the spacecraft will make its closest approach to the moon at a distance of about 4,066 miles. At 6:02 Central, The spacecraft will reach its farthest distance from Earth at about 252,755 miles. Of course, these are approximate, and we will make sure to provide you with the final distances once those are confirmed. At 6:21 p.m., we will have Earthrise from the Orion spacecraft. But we will not have communications with the spacecraft until 6:25 p.m. Central, when we expect to acquire signal with them after they've emerged from behind the moon.